war goes on. Bring your A game. Switching Operation Ready Point. Eliminate the objectives. Bomb acquired. Hostile UAV above. Friendly UAV inbound. Charges acquired. Mission clock running down. Bomb is armed. Bomb offline. We lost the battle, but the war goes on. Bring your A game. Switching sides. Defend the objectives.
Hey, what's up?
Be advised, hostile
Welcome
care
to the
package
stream.
overhead.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. How you doing today? So, this is the discussion of No Man's Sky. And, a couple of details. If you pre-order it now, you get a free ship. And this ship's name is... One second, please. I have to see what this guy's doing.
Charges set. Charges defused. Nice work, Black Ops. Get ready for the next round. Switching Operation Ready Point. the objectives. We got the bomb.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to the stream. So,
Friendly UAV
as we know,
inbound.
there's gonna be 18
Care package inbound.
quintillion planets. So that's exciting. And, when you pre-order it now, you get 18 well, of course you're gonna get 18 quintillion
Bomb
planets.
planted.
But you're also gonna get a free ship. Free ship, it's like an updated version of this one. I mean the new one, except it's red and blue. So it's pretty cool. No, can't argue on that. And couple things about the ship. It should have an extra light year, whatever they call
Nice
it,
work, Black Ops.
which
Get
allows
ready
you to
for the
travel
next round.
farther, faster, and easier. And I pre-ordered two just now, so it's coming out. The exact date is August 9th. August,
Switching
really?
sides.
Come on. August 9th, so literally the day
Protect
after
the
I started
objectives.
8th grade. Yay, it's so fun. Not. And I'm definitely gonna be playing that. I'll make a live stream on that August 10th. So on August 10th is gonna be my next live stream of the brand new No Man's Sky.
Hostile Hellstorm
So you guys
overhead.
can check in and I'll be there. You guys check out the new ship. If you didn't pre-order it, you don't know what you're missing out on, man. 18 quintillion planets. You really can't play with your friends. Like I've had many people say, "Oh, I'm gonna play with all my buddies when I get No Man's Sky." No, you really can't. It's 18
took a beating, but
quintillion
we're not
planets.
done
I
yet.
don't think you can
Bring it.
find one person in 18 quintillion planets. So that's cool, you know?
Extended
It gives
mission
you time to explore and meet new people.
Defend the objective.
Staying with them is gonna be hard.
Be
Unless
advised.
you have
Hostile
the,
HCXD spotted.
Just get into a party, get some coordinates, write them down, and start traveling. One thing I do know is you're not gonna spawn close to your friends. You're gonna spawn very far away from your friends. You're not gonna get to your friends in one day unless you're super lucky. It's gonna take you weeks, maybe months to get to your friend just to find the coordinates and upgrade your ship enough to get to your friend. Now, I don't know how much, hold on, I don't know how much you have to upgrade your ship as of now, but I know it is a lot, so, yay, fun, not.
Mission failed. New assignments incoming.
You never stood a chance.
So basically, yeah, that's it. And with No Man's Sky, there is the discussion of black holes. Black holes should be in the game. I'm not very sure. Check out Checkpoint's channel, and he should have explanations for black holes in No Man's Sky. Let's see what else they have here. what's up, Problem Stream? How are you today? I know I'm doing pretty good.
Hardcore search and destroy. Defend the objective.
So, onward with the discussion of No Man's Sky. So, this is supposedly, there's supposed to be it's pretty cool. The trading system is neat. The entire game is computer generated, and it's not much to it.
Crushed them. Maintain your momentum in the next round. Switching sides.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to stream. So, with the rest of the
Neutralize
comments
the
that I've
objective.
heard, there was,
Charges
one that
acquired.
really caught my eye was, will you be able to go through the black holes? If they have them in the game, maybe. But if they don't, too bad, so sad. That also, that goes in accountability for exploding suns. Exploding suns may be in the game. Now that would be a cool thing to see. There's another game that, I was watching another YouTuber play where he was exploding suns. And that would be such a great feature in this game. Oh! Exploding suns being when the sun explodes, it turns into a black hole and everything in its...
Quit feeling sorry for yourself. There's more work to do.
may or may not explode in the next couple million years. I know suns live up to 10 million or billion years, depending on
Switching
the
sides.
size.
Protect the objective. Bomb online.
This also comes to the discussion of
We lost that engagement. Regroup and go again.
this also goes into the category of the stars
Switching sides.
forming into suns, being like updates while you're playing the game. Updates.
Destroy the objectives.
Creating new suns, like
You got the bomb.
AI monitor, while you're creating AI monitor that creates stars, which thus creates moons and suns and stardust. Stardust to create us, humans, new life. And you see this all in the time. It's actually a pretty cool theory when you think about it. So, yeah, that was
We
the
lost that
discussion
engagement.
of
Regroup
No
and go
Man's Sky.
again.
If you want to say for the gameplay of Call of Duty, which I obviously suck at when I'm trying to do, reviews of games, which aren't even out yet. Yes, August 9th.
Switching operation ready point.
No Man's Sky will be released.
Defend the
So,
objective.
August 9th is when the first stream, or August 10th, somewhere around the first 3 weeks of August, I will put up another No Man's Sky video, either discussion or gameplay. So, I've already pre-ordered it. So, yeah, I'll see you guys next week. You want to stay for the Call of Duty gameplay? Go ahead.
Bomb is armed.
Okay, and this goes into the Survive trailer of No Man's Sky. Let me play this for you guys real quick. Hold on. Let's see if I can get some good sound on this. So, guide to... Hold on, let me see this. Guide to the galaxy. Explore, fight, trade, survive. This is the Survive trailer, so let's go ahead and listen to this.
This trailer is a good trailer. Be worried about one thing, though. If you are prone to epileptic seizures and you watch this
Hardcore
trailer at normal
team
speed, you may
deathmatch.
have one. There is a lot of quick flashing scenes. It's almost like watching Saw 7 or something, flashbacks. But there is a lot of cool information that's in it. Let's start and take a look at this particular
Blackout.
trailer and see
Liquidate
what
all
sort of
CDP
cool little
assets.
tidbits that we can find. There are some really neat things here. As always, we're treated to a lovely beginning opening shot of Baleri 5. It's got to work itself in there somewhere. And then right afterward, we have a planet where the two things you have to worry about are apparently the toxic environment and, I don't know, getting Shoryuken or something. We have Rio Feltona, -20 Celsius degree atmosphere, and also home to floating rocks and a lot of, like, palm tree looking things and some ferns. We also see something kind of unusual. I don't know if I've I've ever caught this before. Let me know if you guys have ever remember seeing this. If you notice on the very bottom of the screen, kind of the mid-bottom, there is a white World of Warcraft style question mark with a blue outline. I'm curious if those are points of interest that we will be able to visit to just kind of like see different things and sights and stuff. This floating rock to the left also kind of, I think it's just the shadowing of the rock itself. But without that shadowing, it almost looked like it was flowing over the side of the boat. I thought that would have been awesome. Just otherwise a very dusty or foggy atmosphere. Kind of cool to look at. And then do note, while we have a planet in the background, or at least I assume that's some sort of planet, we also have what appears to be another floating rock. Put into the shot on the right-hand side of the screen. Also, we just barely get to catch a little glimpse of our favorite walking squid crab thing at the middle there. Right here in this hostile environments clip, we're gonna be seeing little tips here. Well, not really, just like little tips that show us shooting at the character. You notice on there's that little symbol. I'm 99% sure that's and we start seeing sprint symbols as well. They look like little running. I can't ever really remember seeing those before, so I think that is pretty exciting as well. You also have to stop this clip at just the right time to get the opportunity to see the planet name on this one, and this is going to be Erlikolbar Natid, and we're going to be seeing this planet again in the future. Interesting plant life, what looks like giant bulb-like plants of some sort, and then those little kind of spindly palm trees we seem to get a lot of in a lot of these different planets right now. Alright, so here we are on Kai Utsai Planyam 9. And first off, yes, that does look like a kind of very Earth-like planet in the background. But what's really cool is the size of this cliff face. I feel like these planets that we're seeing now have a lot more topography and just a lot more varied landscape than kind of what we've seen. Also, really interesting are these spore-like, fungus-like things growing here. Really weird. Got these, like, tendrils or something coming out of them, almost like octopus fungus plants. Had to throw some more Belarite 5 there, and then, here we are back on Erlikolbar Natid. Obviously, the names of these planets aren't getting any easier at all. And we've got some, I don't know, space caribou hanging around here. But besides that, we also have a look at what this climate is like. 225 degrees Celsius. It appears that we're using our jetpack
Hostile
one more
UAV
time.
above.
And besides that, we have another look at some really deep ridges and more just like bulb-like plants and a very varied landscape here that I'm kind of enjoying. Kind of a plant there sticking out on the side of the middle left-hand
Hostile
bit of the
care
screen.
package
If you
overhead.
notice, just a really odd angled plant jutting out. We have a moment here to look at a facility. It's like almost like a communications facility. There's a giant fish there right in the middle. What appears to be a floating island in the
Hostile
back.
lightning
And then
strike
some
targeting
sort
active.
of, I don't know.
Hostile
There's
lightning
something
strike
up
inbound.
there. Something like a sentinel kind of hanging around up there or something. Here we got more floating rock formations. Man, you're getting your floating rock formations fill in this video, along with some additional plant life and some more of
Hostile
those
Cerberus
floating
inbound.
little leaves and stuff that kind of twirl around. Although here it almost looks more like floating feathers or something, just kind of hanging out there in the upper part of the screen. It's right here we see a lot again. We're on Imnikwi Unzenta. Interesting name for a planet. We've got this big old ship here in front of us, the Oya Kakyosh S-22. Again, still using the S in the name. Some people have mentioned maybe it means S for Starship. That's probably a pretty good bet. Part of me thought maybe it was S for Science or S. Some people say maybe S for Series. We get to see in the back again another, question mark looking at an interest maybe thing on our radar HUD there. And what's interesting is it looks like it is telling
Hostile
us
Cerberus
how
inbound.
long until we reach our destination. Maybe like when we're moving toward the destination, it's giving us an idea that you'll arrive in 03 seconds. And as the player does grow closer and closer to that destination, that countdown does continue to
galaxy, so why call it a universe then?
It's slipping away from
Well-
us. Pull it back.
Let's not spoil things for people. You start out in the same galaxy as everyone else when you begin, but there are, like I said before, there are.
Moving on, Alan says, it's been said that your first ship has terrible range. I assume this is just for jumps. Could you potentially manually fly to new solar systems?
Yes, but nobody's actually done it yet. It takes like
Mission is
an
a bolo.
inordinate amount of time.
Get out of my
like
sight.
A really, really long time.
Are we talking years?
I don't actually know. It's a huge distance. It depends on the star system. Some are quite close together, but still, a ridiculous distance compared to how far planets are apart from each other. So none of us
Maybe
have taken
send
the time.
trained forces
We
next
could
time.
probably work out what the average is.
Sure.
But I like the idea of just releasing it, and somebody will try it.
Gotcha.
Like, the problem is if you head in the wrong, you're aiming for quite a small spot in the overall scale of space. So if you head in the wrong direction, you will just, which 99% of the directions in a 3D space are the wrong direction towards the closest star, you will just go for a very, very long time. So that's why we haven't done it. But it
Gotcha.
does work.
Sure. W. Quay-Chan is wondering, will there be a favorites list of planets? Because he'd hate to find a beautiful planet and then just lose track of it completely.
Yeah, we're going to have that galactic map that we showed for a little bit. We'll have, like, waypoints and stuff that you would kind of expect with a map. There's also a mini-map for the galactic map that we haven't shown yet.
Huh. How does that work?
Because the whole thing is so vast, and you might have seen, like, in videos and stuff like that, that you kind of lose track of which way's up and stuff like that. So you've got just a little, like, 3D mini-map of the actual galaxy in the bottom left-hand corner that you can kind of see where you are in it and which way you're orientated. It's just helpful. We haven't shown it yet because it's quite ugly at the moment.
Okay. So Ben6724 is asking my favorite question of this entire podcast: are there space whales?
Space whales?
Or any sort of creatures drifting in space?
I really like the idea of space whales. We have... I don't know how he knows this, but like whenever we do a schedule, somebody on the team, there's a little in joke here, that somebody on the team will always write down space whales
Oh, wow.
on a post-it note and put that on the board just to try and sneak it in. So I think maybe one day it'll accidentally get done just because somebody will see it on their list and be like, right, I'll go implement those space whales.
If the artist needs inspiration, they should look for the windfish from Zelda Link's Awakening. It's the best design.
But that's the real question. Will they be pilotable?
Oh my god.
Hardcore team deathmatch.
Organic spaceships?
God, there's got to be somebody you could ask.
I
Who would
know.
know the answer?
Alright, moving on. Dusik is wondering, will every solar system have AI spaceships flying about,
Blackout.
or are you sometimes
Weapons
really
hot.
alone there?
Yeah, you can just sometimes be totally alone. Like we were demoing at PSX behind closed doors, and we had different parts of the press coming in and stuff like that, and we were just ourselves playing the builds. And it's this really weird thing because you're like flying through the galactic map, and then you go, hey, I'll just demo to you, and I can just jump anywhere, show you kind of any solar system, and you would jump, and like sometimes there's pretty much nothing there. Not a very good demo. Sometimes it's really exciting. Sometimes you'll jump in and just, be attacked by an inordinate amount of, pirate ships and things like that. So, yeah, it's a really difficult game to demo from that point of view.
Sure.
But yeah, sometimes it's kind of quite empty.
Sure.
And, yeah.
So, Hippo Lipolophagus is wondering if you can cut your engines in the game and just quietly drift through space.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You can just go really slowly. Yeah.
Okay. And he's also wondering, is xenoarchaeology a thing in the game?
xenoarchaeology.
Yeah.
I like that. Yeah, because it was a conversation on the plane on the way back as to whether we should, have remains and things like that. Unconfirmed. Don't know.
Okay.
We'll see when the game comes out.
Robert Hansen is wondering, when it reaches the center of your universe and cross the event horizon, the game just goes black, right? Like The Sopranos? Because that would be scientific and artistic.
I'm glad he would just be happy with that. Because we've said, there's something amazing when you get to the center of the universe, and I love the idea of, it just
Just a big middle finger comes up on the screen. So I'm curious, now that you guys have seen Interstellar, because the entire studio went to see it, right?
Right.
What do you guys think of that interpretation of a black hole?
So, am I allowed to say spoilers? I shouldn't say spoilers, right, for the film?
Yeah, if you can be a little vague about it. People know there's a black hole in it.
Okay. The science of Interstellar is not the most scientific film.
You know, they consulted Kip Thorne, the physicist, for the entire thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Not that, I'm sure you're smarter than Kip Thorne. No pressure.
But it's a bit of a weird film. I did like the black hole, graphically, a lot of the stuff. The not to be spoilers or whatever, but wasn't sure about the kind of the love dimension to the scientific explanation.
So there's
sure
no
about
love.
Maybe that's just me. Am I just cold and heartless? Maybe.
Sure. Well, that's fair. All right, we got a lot of questions to get through, Sean. We got to keep going. We can't talk about love for hours. All right, Viper248 is asking, will there be wormholes?
Friendly
actually,
Cerberus
we
inbound.
Kind of showed that, right? We showed portaling, and yeah, that's kind of what those are.
Okay, sure. Luca D'Angelo is asking, can
Raid
you get yourself around the planet?
So. No.
Okay,
No.
so there's no gravitational pull to the planets then?
The thing about that.
UAV inbound. Be advised, hostile UAV incoming.
So I scanned that creature, that poor creature that died of an unknown.
What do you want to name him?
Yeah, I would love to name this creature is what I'm getting at. So what do I go to options, right?
Right, go to your discoveries page.
Discoveries page.
L1 and all 1.
Yeah,
there we go.
There he is. Oh, that's what he looked like when he was happy and alive. Look at him, bounding around. Probably crimes.
Do I have to
He was
ask?
probably a Crimesaur. I would name him Crimesaur, except he didn't get away with it. So
Right,
he
okay.
gets named Anthony.
Of course.
And then, you know what you're gonna run into though? You're gonna run into that MMO problem though. Well, if I can't...
Anthony 23.
Yeah, I
Right.
can't name this Lord Destructor, so I'm gonna be Lord Destructor XXX. Hey, buddy. What are you, like a happy little crab guy? What's your life like? Boom! I'm mining you.
I don't know
I'm using a mining laser to mine your entrails.
Right. You
Yeah.
can melee.
I can melee?
Yeah.
Oh, how do I?
So that's you want or one. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, come here, buddy. Knock this dude around.
So if you look up when you're doing that.
This is, by the way, a C, Anthony.
Oh, okay. Well, at least you know you're getting more and more imaginative.
Yeah, well, you got to.
Right. Okay.
Oh, you can make that dinosaur rocket jump. I have captured the dinosaur's flag. Is that how this game works? So I want to... Oh, I got sentinels after me.
Yeah.
Oof.
It's okay. We said okay.
Okay,
Okay.
good.
Hostile care package overhead. Hostile UAV above. Cerberus inbound.
Happens just on the planet, right? And the cool thing about No Man's Sky is space is just like up above us this whole time. So let's
You
go
know,
out into
like,
space.
it's crazy. It's gonna sound so dumb saying this. Like, I know that, and I know that's the point of the game. But there was,
Friendly
like, I had
race
forgotten
inbound.
that as we were walking around on the planet. Like, I had literally, there was enough stuff, like, there was enough to do
inbound.
that I had totally forgotten that we could just bolt anytime
Hostile
we wanted.
Guardian spotted.
So let's
crazy.
Let's just get out into space now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna summon my ship. And this is actually a Korvac ship that I bought earlier. So you can see it's quite
Friendly care
scientific.
package
Yeah.
incoming.
Right.
Like it.
It's not that well armored,
UAV inbound.
but it is like it's got some
Rolling
cool
thruster
techniques.
deployed.
So
Friendly UAV inbound.
you just hop into your ship, and just like that, I've already blown over that entire.
So nuts. That's so nuts.
I can fly like seamlessly out into space. And then you're working with a totally
Push it.
different scale.
Got this.
Yeah. So like try this. Slow down, looking out here. You can see some of the moons of that planet. Asteroids hang out in space. You can mine those asteroids for resources as well. You can see some of these trade routes. So that's traders going about their business, like bringing goods back and forth to the space station, going down to the planet, gathering some at outposts.
I love that you can see contrails where things are typically traveled.
Right.
We're in the
Sort of
last
guide.
second.
And you can actually
Bring us
make out,
home.
you could from the planet, like below, you could see islands and kind of like continents. And if you were to fly there, you would find that that looks like it's got some like water, and so we'll probably see some like life down
So
there.
that's not some rough approximation of the type of plant. That's the actual
And as
top-
you go
topographic
down, it
map.
Prep
Right, it
revac.
gets more and more detailed. We saw some freighters up there.
Yeah.
Right, and because, you know, we've decided that you're going to play as a space character, I can show you the kinds of things that would happen. Right?
You flew into space, and I was like, the first thing that I wanted to scream out is, and now we're in a space combat game.
Right.
But I know that you don't have to shoot anybody. if you
Maybe
don't want
some
to, but,
train
like,
we
horses
can,
next
if we
time.
can, let's.
But I'm in this tiny little ship, and these are
Right.
huge freighters, right? But I can blow out some of their cargo holds, and I can, like, grab some cargo. I'm going to get a wanted level for doing that, and they're kicking my ass straight away. But, you know, I needed to show you, because I know this is what you're going to do. This is the first thing you're going to do. So it kicked my ass. We knew it would, right? But like now we've respawned in that space station that we're looking at that. So that's kind of cool. That was tiny from the planet below, and now we're stood in it. And it's got like an interior and stuff, right? So let me just show you that. So you could go in there and like save your game. Potentially sometimes there's NPCs in here and you can like talk to them. You can discover new tech in here, that kind of thing. You can also come in here for trading. So every now and then you'll see like ships landing, coming in, and you can potentially like buy those ships.
Okay.
Or you can trade with the NPCs who are inside in those ships. But the reason I brought you here, right, is there's a window. Right. And that's the planet that we were on.
No!
And if you see my crosshair in the center of the screen, that's about the size of the entire area that we were playing in.
Whoa, that's so cool.
So like we've kind of showed you a little bit of combat, a little bit of exploration, survival, and trading, NPCs, all that kind of thing.
Yeah.
But the cool thing about the game is the scale, right? We were on this planet playing in like a couple of 100 meters squared, right? Now we're out in space, we're dealing with hundreds of thousands of kilometers. And if I pop out into the map, this is the galaxy. And we're dealing with light years. So this is the star that we're just orbiting around. Where day was turning from night and stuff like that, that was done because our planet rotated around its axis and turned around this star.
Sure.
These are the other stars that we can reach nearby, right, with our current hyperdrive. And that over there is the center of the universe. This is the path towards it.
Whew.
But it's like a really long way away.
Wow.
And every one of those stars is
Hardcore
its own
team deathmatch.
solar system, its own like NPCs and buildings, freighters, ships, creatures.
That is so
Break
crazy.
that wheel for it.
This is so amazing. I mean, we're getting close now. We're a few months away.
Right, that's right.
June 21st, right?
Yeah, exactly. So it's a hard game to like demo in, you know, a few minutes or whatever, but hopefully that gives you some idea.
Yeah,
Gets you
absolutely.
excited for June.
I am like
21st.
crazy hyped for this thing. Crazy hyped for this thing. So yeah, it's coming out on June 21st. Remember, you can pre-order it now.
August 9th.
Sean, thank you so much, man. This has been so fun.
Thanks.
Alright guys, so that was the No Man's Sky demo for Anthony Carboni, one of the creators, slash whatever it's called, of the game. Let's see here.
Hello everybody, Craysteel Plays, and we're here with the newest No Man's Sky trailer, the Survive trailer. One of the ones after the trade trailer that I was looking forward to the most. This trailer is a good trailer. Be worried about one thing though. If you are prone to epileptic seizures and you watch this trailer at normal speed, you may have one. There is a lot of quick flashing scenes. It's almost like watching Saw 7 or something flashbacks. But there is a lot of cool information that's in it. Let's start and take a look at this particular trailer and see what sort of cool little tidbits that we can find. There are some really neat things here. As always, we're treated to a lovely beginning opening shot of Baleri 5. It's got to work itself in there somewhere. And then right afterward, we have a planet where the two things you have to worry about are apparently the toxic environment and, I don't know, getting Shoryuken or something. We have Rio Feltona, negative 20 Celsius degree atmosphere, and also home to floating rocks and a lot of, like, palm tree looking things and some ferns. We also see something kind of unusual. I don't know if I've ever caught this before. Let me know if you guys have ever remember seeing this. If you notice on the very bottom of the screen, kind of the mid-bottom, there is a white World of Warcraft style question mark with a blue outline. I'm curious if those are points of interest that we will be able to visit to just kind of like see different things and sights and stuff. This floating rock to the left also kind of, I think it's just the shadowing of the rock itself. But without that shadowing, it almost looked like water was flowing over the side of the rock. I thought that would have been awesome. Just otherwise a very dusty or foggy atmosphere. Kind of cool to look at. And then do note, while we have a planet in the background, or at least I assume that's some sort of planet, we also have what appears to be another floating rock slowly sweeping into the shot on the right-hand side of the screen. Also, we just barely get to catch a little glimpse of our favorite walking squid crab thing at the bottom middle there. Right here in this hostile environments clip, we're going to start seeing these little tips here. Well, not really tool tips. They're just kind of like little things that show us, I think, what we're doing as a character. You notice on the bottom right there, there's that little symbol. I'm 99% sure that's for the jetpack. And we start seeing sprint symbols as well.
That guy
They look like
didn't
little
even see
running
me.
men. I can't ever really remember seeing them.
This is the Survive trailer for No Man's Sky.
Erlich Holbar
Oh, barely saw me.
And in the future, interesting plant life, what looks like giant bulb-like plants of some sort. And then those little kind of spindly palm trees we seem to get a lot of in a lot of these different planets right now. Alright, so here we are on Kai Utsai Lanyam 9. And first off, yes, that does look like a kind of very Earth-like planet in the background. But what's really cool is the size of this cliff face. I feel like these planets that we're seeing now have a lot more topography and just a lot more varied landscape than kind of what we've seen. Also, really interesting are these spore-like, fungus-like things growing here. Really weird. Got these, like, tendrils or something coming out of them, almost like octopus fungus plants. Had to throw some more Bellari 5 there, and then, here we are back on Electrobar Natid. Obviously, the names of these planets aren't getting any easier at all. And we've got some, I don't know, space caribou hanging around here. But besides that, we also have a look at what this climate is like, 225 degrees Celsius. It appears that we're using our jetpack one more time. And besides that, we have another look at some really deep ridges and more just like bulb-like plants and a very varied landscape here that I'm kind of enjoying. Kind of a plant there sticking out on the side on the middle left-hand bit of the screen, if you notice, just a really odd angled plant jutting out. We have a moment here to look at a facility. It's like almost like a communications facility. It looks like, look at that giant dish there right in the middle. What appears to be a floating island in the back, and then some sort of, I don't know, there's something up there in the top left. Something. It almost looks like a sentinel kind of hanging around up there or something. Right here, we've got more floating rock formations. Man, you're getting your floating rock formations filling this video, along with some additional plant life and some more of those floating little leaves and stuff that kind of twirl around. Although here, it almost looks more like floating feathers or something, just kind of hanging out there in the upper part of the screen. Alright, so right here, we're getting to see a lot again. We're on Imnikwi Unzenta, interesting name for a planet. We've got this big old ship here in front of us, the Loya Kakyosh S-22, again, still using the S in the name. Some people have mentioned maybe it means S for Starship. That's probably a pretty good bet. Part of me thought maybe it was S for Science or S. Some people say maybe S for Series. We get to see in the back again another, question mark looking point of interest, maybe thing on our radar HUD there. And what's interesting is it looks like it is telling us how long until we reach our destination. Maybe like when we're moving toward the destination, it's giving us an idea. It says you'll arrive in 03 seconds. And as the player does grow closer and closer to that destination, that countdown does continue to tick down. Also, something I had to mention just because I thought it was cool. The little details on the ship are kind of nice. If you play the clip at normal speed, you get to see the turbines on the engine spinning and rotating like, the engine is actually functioning, so that's kind of cool. Alright, right here, this is a scene that's drawing a lot of interest, and I do like this scene. There's a lot to this scene that really needs to be better understood when you play it, though. The first thing about this scene is, yes, it is an awesome, sandstorm going on. You can hear that there is a lot of wind and such, and one of the things that I think is great is how the wind does cause sway in the various plant life. I'm really happy that the plant life does actually have interaction with the atmosphere, kind of as it moves like that, as those winds are whipping around. More Bellari 5, can you believe it? And here we are heading into another Corvax facility. You get to see, you'll notice that the temperature does starts out at like -70 degrees Celsius and goes up from there.
Friendly lightning strike
Get to see
inbound.
this planet, and you can see the little running man there on the bottom right-hand side of the screen, indicating that we are sprinting. So that's kind of nice that there's just kind of a different indicator of like the mobility of what's happening
Maintain your
with
momentum.
your character. The UI is looking pretty good. I really like the various overhauls that they've done so far with the UI. Right here, you gotta stop this scene like right on the money in order to actually see this. I was hoping that there would be some kind of cool plant name for this, but unfortunately it's just called Florida. It does say interact protection. We're over here on, oh boy, here we go, guys. Gatung, oh, okay, let me try again. Gatungakungas, which is a planet here. It says Storm Extreme. Awesome. I like the fact that now we're finally
job,
getting to
CVP.
see a lot of weather
Mission
effects,
reassignments
and
inbound.
something like a storm is exactly what I wanted to see. So many people were like, oh, are there hurricanes? You know, are there tornadoes? Are there blizzards? So getting to see some storm interaction, some weather interaction is awesome. Got some like forest of freaky like plants in the back there.
Maybe send train forces next time?
Rock structure. And you can see the temperature here is none too pleasant to say the least. We also get to see when the clip plays those different plants and stuff swaying in that heavy breeze. Right over here you get your floating rock smorgasbord. I don't know how you guys feel about the floating rocks. I know some people were like,
So that was the No Man's Sky Survivor trailer, and it's pretty cool, man. Like a couple of the things that I noticed is toxic, like environmental features are implemented into the game very well compared to others.
Let's make this quick. You make most of all right. He's decrypted. Let's do this. Only the best for the best.